Hey everyone, it's Thursday, and you know what Thursday is? It's the Metaphysical Hour with our friend Salma OLEA. Hey Salma, ¿cómo estás? How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good, good, good. Ready for episode 3 already.
I'm ready. How are you doing today?
Good, good, good. So today we have a very interesting topic, the power of the mind.
Yeah, I wanted to share with you guys today a little bit more about that, about how powerful we are and we just don't know it.
Okay. Um well, I have my personal experiences, but give us a little bit more insight of like what do you mean by how don't we know what our mind can do or how powerful our mind is?
Yeah, so we usually limit ourselves. Um, we have been indoctrinated into believing that there are certain things beyond us that we have no control over, but that's not true. um I have been studying this and reading about it and listening about it, and we have a lot of power and we just don't know it. We are very capable of manifesting anything that we put our minds to. There are certain things even the things that we think, even the things that we sing, even the things that we watch, it all affects our well-being and our ways of how we're living and everything.
Well, that is very true, and I want to say good evening to a friend that's on here watching us, Ruth Sanchez. She's on here, says hello, I'm listening. And talk about powerful person. She's a very small but powerful person, and she's awesome. But
Hey, Ruth, thank you for being here.
like for me, okay, like I've told you everyone before a little bit about myself. I'm a go getter. I like to accomplish things, and whenever I set my mind to something, like even if I want a new car, I start thinking I want this car. I want like I tell myself like I want it, and I find ways to get it. Like my mind itself gives me ideas to get it, and I think that's kind of a way of your mind being powerful because helping you get what you want. Or am I wrong?
No, that's exactly right. Whatever it is that we want, we can manifest as long as it's not damaging anybody else, as long as you're not hoping to damage somebody else or to take away from somebody else. We should never think that way. There's enough for everyone. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's like a specific job or a specific thing. Like, if you don't have that specific one, then you're limiting yourself to believe that you only want that specific thing. You can manifest something even better. Um, but yeah, I'm even talking about everything. Like, sometimes I have met a few people who are very negative about everything, about life. Like, why can't I find a good job? Why can't I keep a job? Why am I struggling financially? Why can't I find a good partner in life? Why? All of those things we actually create ourselves. We have the power to have a good life, but the way that we go about things, we bring it to ourselves. It's the everyday choices that we make that take us to that. So our minds are like, it has to do everything with your thoughts are creation, and that's how everything. Even if you sit around and you look around you, you look at the table, your microphone, your cup that you're drinking water from. It all started as a thought for somebody thought about it and somebody created it. And that's the same thing that we are. That's exactly how we are.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I really didn't never thought of that. How someone can have an idea and create it, and it's pretty much that simple. Um, when you think about it, like when you think about I want to do this, or I have growing up we had the joke like the pothead mentality. like a lot of our friends when they will smoke pot, they get really high, and that's when they came up with the best ideas.
Yeah, maybe that's maybe because they open up their minds a little bit. I honestly I don't smoke weed, so I don't I don't really know much about that. But I live in Colorado. This is pretty much the the where it's all legal and stuff. So I do know. I think that maybe when they do that, they open up a little bit more. They open up their minds to see more. So yeah, that's very possible.
Well, it's like anything you do, even in a relationship, when you're in a relationship with a person, if you're open minded, believe it or not, you have a better relationship with that person. And I think it goes back to that of opening up your mind, opening up your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes in everything. In business, when someone proposes a business to me, I'm always open minded. I look at it at all different angles. I think about it. I look at it if it's like a business for sales. I look at it as a customer. I look at it as the person selling. I look at it as the person buying, as the person doing the ordering. And you know, it's sometimes it's tiring. It's really tiring because I like my mind to work in different avenues, different areas. Like today, we're doing this event on the 19th of December for to raise toys for the kids. And today I met with my friend Ruth. She's actually helping us with her foundation.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we went to see the venue, and I had to see the venue as the promoter, as the guy that sets up the ring, as the fans, as the talent, and you have to see all points of views. So like my mind was going this way, that way, that way, that way, and then my mind decides to be bandido and starts recording a video, you know, and you know I was doing about five different things at a time, and that's the power of the mind. The mind could do that and more. And I don't even think I've touched not even 10% of the power of my mind, or no one ever really does. I don't think.
Right. No, that's exactly right. And that's the thing. That's what I'm here to talk a little bit more about. I want everyone to understand how powerful we are. Like we don't even know. And this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but this is exactly what it is. Um, Okay. So we are all, you know how there's that saying or the thing that they've told us many times that we are made in God's image.
Yes.
That is exactly what it is. We are actually we are creators like God. So we are actually part of God. You can call God, you can call the source, you can call it the universe, whatever it is that people feel more comfortable calling it. We are all one. We are all connected. And this is how you can see it. Like here's an example. So if you see your hand, it has it has fingers, right? So let's just say God is the hand, but then each and every one of us is a finger. So, but it's still part of that hand, right? But we're still part of that. We're still part of that God consciousness. We're all one. So we can all tap into that and create anything that we desire. We can create a happy life, a good life, abundance, anything that we desire, anything that we need.
And that's pretty much what I was talking about when we started the program. You know, it's the power of the mind. It's like the saying says you put your mind into it. And when I started hear the radio, I started off okay. I have one monitor, one small mixer, but in my mind, till the day I still see like a big radio station right here. I see a big thing in my mind, and that's what I see. And in less than a year, I've multiplied everything. Everything grew. Everything went. And that's the power of your mind. You can't let your mind think too small. My mind thinks big. My mind always thinks super big for everything. And I think that's what I wish people could learn how to do. A lot of the people that listen to us, one of the biggest messages I have for them is like, open up your mind. You can do it. If I could do it, you can do it. And it's the message I've always tried to get across is like, don't limit your mind.
Exactly. We limit ourselves. Like sometimes we like to stay in our comfort zone, and that's not letting us grow. Like, oh, I'm going to stay in this job because I've been there for many, many years and I have all these benefits and I'm getting paid okay money. I'm making all my bills. It's just comfortable, but you can make more, you can do more, like we're always limiting ourselves because we want to be comfortable or because we're afraid. And that is the worst thing that we can do, be afraid. We just have to trust and know that we're going to be provided for, as long as you you create that, you manifest it.
Well, and that's one of the things that I tell people. What are you afraid of?
Right.
What the worst thing that could happen to you or to anyone is that you're gonna fail, and then all that happens after you fail is you learn, you get a learning lesson, like what not to do again. So actually, you benefit. So you really don't. There's really nothing to worry about.
That's true. And that is a good point that you bring up. If you start, let's just say you want to start a business and you start it and then you fail. If you have that mentality of like you're sad and you feel defeated, then that is what you're bringing. That is what you are manifesting. Whatever you feel is what comes to you. So if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling defeated, then that's what's going to keep happening to you. But if you start feeling like, okay, well, let me learn from that, this is what I did wrong, this is what I did right, this is what worked, this is what didn't, and then you can just try again or try something different, and then just take what you learned from it, and then it's going to be okay. You have to have that mentality, though.
Well, and the thing is that we all have that mentality and we all have that ability.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of the comfort zone, and getting out of your beliefs a little bit. Because
Mm-hmm.
being from a Hispanic, background, being Mexican, a lot of our parents were, how can you say, they get comfortable. They got comfortable. They worked, bought their little house, and they were comfortable. And what that did to a lot of the Hispanic community is it made everyone comfortable. It made everyone hang on to things.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you notice, a lot of people, they buy a house, their family grows, they sell the house, they buy a bigger house, they buy a newer house, they multiply, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, in our Hispanic culture, we buy a house and we want to keep that house forever. We never want to let it go.
That's true. Yeah.
And I think that's part of limiting your mind. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, my biggest mistake was I did that when in 2008, when the houses everything, the market went down.
Uh-huh.
Fought tooth and nail to save a house that I couldn't save, and that effort, that money, and at that point, I should have sold the house and I would have bought another house cash. It's
Yeah.
that's how what I consider limiting your mind. You're not letting your mind tell you what to, like, show you other avenues or opportunities, because they are there. And this goes back to what we talk about, the signs of the angels, the signs. They're
Mm-hmm.
all around us, but we don't. If we don't really pay attention and see them, we're not going to see them. Same thing with the power of the mind. If we don't let the mind work, we don't let the mind show us, we'll be stuck in the same place. And I think that has a lot to do with the way a lot of us were raised.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, of course. And then that's another thing that I have learned is, in order for us to grow, we have to unlearn what we have learned. If we want to grow, we have to unlearn what we already know, because then we are just, we keep those attachments and they don't really let us grow or move forward. And then another thing that I wanted to mention is, there's a lot of things that uh, that that shape us. So it's not just what you eat. You know how when they said like, oh, be careful what you eat. That's, you are what you eat. You've heard that saying, right? Okay, that's very important. I'm not saying it's not important. I am all about eating healthy and all that stuff. But it also has to do with the people that you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people, and like as human beings, we always know which people are not good and which ones are, and whatever lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be like they're bad people. It's just like their lifestyle just doesn't match with your vibe anymore. If you surround yourself with people who don't vibe, or they don't match with you anymore, then you bring in that towards you, and it doesn't let you grow. If you're listening to negativity all day, if you're listening to the news, if you're watching bad things, or just like crime and all that stuff, scary things that bring your vibration down, that's also not going to let you grow. If you're singing songs that are all about killing and prostitutes and all this stuff, let's bring your vibration. It's everything. It's not just what you're eating. It's not just this. It's not just that. It's everything together. It's what you listen to, what you watch, who you're surrounded with, what you eat, where you're hanging out, where you're working. Everything has to do, and it all shapes you, and it all has to do with how you live your life. And it's very true.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I always talk about on the programs where we talk about like the motivation on Mondays and Tuesdays. That the worst you could do every morning is wake up to the news. you
Oh
know,
yeah, I don't even watch the news.
I people watch the news when they wake up. I think that's the worst you could do because you're already setting your a precedence for your day to be negative.
Yeah,
And the mind, as powerful as it is, it could be controlled very easily. you
it
know,
is, and that's exactly right. You're right. And if you listen to certain things, then you bring them to your reality, and that is exactly how we get manipulated. This is exactly how we get shaped. Just because the media says something, then you think that's right, and you think that's it. So we all get kind of controlled in that way. If you don't listen to those things and they don't exist in your reality, you create your own reality. You live your own world. You live your own life. If you allow others to bring that into your life, then you bring that into your reality. And then we don't want that. We have control over that as well.
exactly. It's funny because we're having a lot of problems with the people, the chips being able to bring the cargo into the bay. And I'm so bad with the news that down in Malibu, I seen all the boats and they're down like, wow, why are there so many boats out here? I talked about that. You haven't seen the news. They're not being able to unload. I'm like, wow, no, I haven't seen the news. But it's because of that. And honestly, watching the news, they're only giving you what they want you to know, and it's really, really, really sad because a lot of people really look towards the news to see what's going on in the world, and instead of doing something positive, it's negative. It's really negative, and your mind sets itself in that negativity, and your whole day will be bad. Your whole day will be negative, and that's one thing. I don't know if you could consider a defect, but I consider a defect of your mind that it could get corrupt so easily.
It's not a defect, it's just how we have been taught. But we do have the power to block that out. So it's actually not a defect. You are powerful enough to decide what you can allow into your mind and what you don't allow. Like what it is that you allow to come into your life and what you don't want to. Like you can set barriers for sure.
Well, and that is also true because whenever I hear someone, oh, I have a headache, oh, I have this, I have a pain, and I tell them it's in your mind. Just think of other things; it'll go away. And
You're right.
I
That's true.
it's true because when they say, "Oh no, I'm going to drink an aspirin," I'm going to drink this. I go, you know what the aspirin really does? It does not take the pain away. I don't know
Yeah.
if you realize that when you drink medicine or aspirin or anything for pain, it does not take the pain away. This is how powerful your mind is. Your mind is still, you're still having pain in your body, but that medicine, what it does, it numbs that one little part of your mind, of your brain, that tells you you have pain.
Uh-huh.
You're still, your body's still in pain.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're right.
and instead of drinking medicine or anything, if you tell yourself it doesn't hurt, it doesn't hurt. It's the same thing as drinking an aspirin. You just gotta really have a powerful mind to control it.
And I am so glad that you brought medicine up, because that's another great point. And this is how powerful our minds are. So we have the power to heal ourselves. Just how and okay, let me start saying this. We create our own illnesses. We create whatever is wrong with our bodies, our health. We create that ourselves with our habits, our eating habits, the way we sleep, what we drink, everything. Like I said, everything that you surround yourself with kind of brings that up. Even your feelings. If you're feeling angry towards someone, you can create even cancer. If you are very like an angry person, or you just get mad about everything, the stress causes high blood pressure and all that. We create all of that. So just how we create all of that in our bodies, we can also heal it. All of those things we can heal ourselves. Um, and then with the medicine that you were mentioning, there has been like real doctors who have trials of people who have the same thing, and they give certain amount of people real medication and certain amount of people a placebo, and then the ones who take the placebo end up healing. Why? They were taking nothing, because in their mind they thought that it was going to work. So their mind just healed themselves. They heal themselves. We all have that power. We just have to believe and know that we have that ability.
Right. And it's really going back to, like we said, when people are, this also goes into addiction. When people feel that they don't have that pain because they drink this pill, they keep drinking the pill, and you start needing that into an addiction, which is a whole different. I think that's like a 3-hour show talking about that. But that's also the mind. Your mind gets so, your mind's so strong that it tells you you need it. You need it. And I've talked to a lot of people that are recovering addicts, and I asked them, like, why is it so hard just to say stop? And because your mind will make you, it tells you you need it. And there's a lot of people that go to extremes to get to feed their addiction. And that's the scary part of the power of the mind. Your mind could really do some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
you know and I think it goes back to what we're talking about. When you let negativity into your mind, your mind finds alternatives to feel better. Your mind finds alternatives to make you see positive. And a lot of that's unfortunately through addictions. You get addictions, but the power of the mind it's crazy. It's really something that I don't think no one will ever really understand.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't understand. If we did, we would know all the things that we're capable of. Like I said, and it sounds pretty out there, but we have the same abilities that God has. We are God. We are God. We are all one.
Right.
Yeah. And another way I can explain that too is like if you see the ocean, it's a big ocean. Let's just say the ocean is God, and every single one of us is a drop of water from that ocean. So you decide if you want to be a drop of water or if you want to be part of that ocean. You can decide, am I a single person and I'm just that drop of water, or if you put all the drops together, you're God. We're just here to we're just here to learn lessons from being on earth, but he made us to to experience things through us. But we are very capable of doing anything that he is capable of doing. We just don't know how.
And that is very true. We don't know how. That's where all this gets really tricky, because our mind could figure out how. Our mind could tell us how, but we don't know how to get to that level. And I think the way to get to that level is by educating your mind,
Mm-hmm.
open your mind to other things, like what we're doing right now. We're talking about this, and you study the alternative medicines, you study alternative thoughts and everything, where people are against that, and that's where they shut their mind down against it. And the way you prepare your mind for anything is that you have to open up and listen to everything that's out there. Honestly, uh, I grew up. My parents were Catholic. I grew up Catholic, but my mother, one of the things she did teach me very well was always listen to what else is out there. Sometimes another religion or another thing is will talk to you personally, and you will understand what they're saying. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to be a Catholic no more. That doesn't mean anything. But it's good to listen to other things out there. It's good to open up your mind to what else is out there. And I think that was the best advice she ever gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is where this comes into play. If you open up your mind and you see what else is out there, and you open up to the idea and the thoughts of other people, and I'm not saying like to criticize a person or to be against it, but just to see what's out there. You're feeding your mind other possibilities. You're feeding your mind more education in a way, and in the long run, that could come in handy sometimes. You never know when you can use that, and I think that's where it makes the difference of the people that are negative and the people that are positive in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like we talked on our last show, you listen and take notes and listen to different things and just take whatever resonates with you. You don't have to believe what everybody says, because everybody says different things. So how do you know who's saying the truth? You just kind of have to follow what resonates with you. And that's another thing. You always have to follow your gut feeling. Your subconscious is always going to tell you what's right.
Right. Here we have people saying hello. Angelica OLEA, hello.
Hi, Mama.
Abby Rodriguez says, yes, adults we do, not the kids. I think we're talking about something.
Oh, I don't know. Hi, Abby. Hi, Dad. Thank you guys for watching.
But I think that's pretty cool. I think that we touched something there. If someone is more interested in knowing a little bit more about the power of the mind, or has a question for someone, you can reach her direct always. And speaking of that, we have an event this Sunday in Vista, California. The seating is limited and it is filling up. So if you haven't got you haven't reserved your seats, do it now. You can reach Salma and reserve with Salma at 323-839-3771, or with her mom, Angelica, at 323-251-3024. And this is this Sunday already. This Sunday in Vista, California.
Yeah. Yeah, we're ready. We're excited. We're excited to be able to do this in person. I know things have been a little bit tough with the pandemic, but we're ready.
Now, for the people that are on and they want to get their message, are you ready for the messages for today?
I am. Yeah.
So if you would like to hear a message, just put your name on the comments and Sam will read you your message. Are you guys going to be doing reading messages on Sunday, or is it going to be too complicated with all the people there?
I think we might do it, but it's going to be like a personal one. If somebody wants to, then we will have to do like a full reading. So it would be at a charge. I'm not sure. I'll talk to my mom. Maybe we can give people, depending on how much time we have, because I know we're going to be doing Reiki too. So that's going to take some time.
I used to be really busy.
Yeah.
So let's see. Abby, does you want your message, Abby? She says, I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to be there. Her and Gio, I believe, is going to.
So whoever wants to message, comment your name so she'll give you your message. What else? So you'll be doing Reiki live, and you see some people that you'll be able to read their message live. But more or less, what are we going to expect to see on Sunday?
We're mainly going to be focusing on angels and trying to have people kind of learn the basics, the beginning. And a lot of people are very curious to connect with their guardian angel and with just angels in general. So we're going to help them get to that level, and we're going to try to help them connect with their personal, because we all have a guardian angel. Every single one of us have a guardian angel. So that's mainly what we're going to focus on, trying to help people connect with them, kind of see when they're trying to reach out or kind of send messages. And we're going to help people try to listen for their names.
All right, check this out. Someone on AV Radio FM just posted a question.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Hello. So, law of attraction is what you're talking about. So, how can we start to attract positivity to heal the body physically, mentally, and spiritually?"
Okay, yeah, that it does have a lot to do with yeah, it all goes hand in hand with the law of attraction. Absolutely, that's part of it too. How do we start healing? It's all mentality too. And this is actually something that I'm trying to teach my daughter now. She's 7. It's the way that we see things. We can I can give you an example of my 7-year-old daughter, and this is she was telling me that she was not following directions, and she's very honest. She told me, I was not following directions at school. My teacher told me to put my crayons away because I was coloring and I wasn't supposed to be, and I didn't. So she asked me a second time, and I got mad because there was another girl coloring and she didn't tell her anything. And I feel very attacked because she only picked on me and my teacher is mean. And then I was like, okay, let's go back, let's go back, Kayla. Her name's Kayla. I was like, she asked you to put things away. You're the one who was doing the wrong thing. So now you're seeing the teacher as the bad person when in reality it was you who was in the wrong. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a perspective. So we need to start changing our perspective. We need to take a step back and see, is this really happening because of this, or am I seeing it that way? Is something happening? Are you perceiving certain things like the negative way because that is how it is, or is that just how you're seeing it because that's how you're feeling? So we need to take that step back and really look at the big picture. And so that's what I was trying to teach my daughter too at a young age, because I know as we get older, we kind of just see what we want to see instead of really seeing the positive in it. So, and then, so that's what was it? The healing, the mind,
Yeah, how can we start to attract the positivity to heal the body physically, mentally, and spiritually?
okay. Yeah. So then physically, what choices are we making? That's another thing that we need to be very conscious about. What kind of things are we eating, and consuming? And like I said, this has to do with everything, not just what we eat. Who are we surrounding ourselves with? What kind of music are we listening to? Where are we hanging out? All of that has to do. We need to be in alignment with positivity and things that are of high vibration. Anything that makes you scared or angry is not high vibrational. And how you react to things, that is where that is where the lesson really is. How you react to things. If you, that's where your power lies. If somebody's doing something and it upsets you, why are you upset about what somebody else is doing or thinking? It has nothing to do with you. Like how you react to it, that's how your power is. If you allow other people to upset you or make you sad, or they offend you or they trigger you, then they have power over you. You have the power to react differently.
And I think the first step to anything is to be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're honest with yourself, you see what the problem is, and you see what's causing the problem. And that's a better way to know how to address the problem when you know what's causing it, what's the cause of the problem. And a lot of times we don't realize that the cause of the problem is ourselves. We are
Mm-hmm.
sometimes ourselves that we're the cause of the problem.
Yeah.
And that's another power of the mind. The mind tells us
Exactly.
what we want to see. And the way you attract positivity is be positive. Start every day in a positive note. Start doing positive things. Start just start doing a positive lifestyle. You know,
Mhm.
take it slow. If during the day you're like, I don't got no money, so what am I gonna do? You're being negative. So you can say, hey, you know what? I need to get gas. So let me see. Let me go sell my recyclables. I can get gas money.
Yeah.
Find ways to be positive. Find that's how you attract positivity. Because once you do something positive, more positive stuff happens. Um, and the positive reaches out to the positive, believe it or not. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you're on a positive path and it leads you to a good path. I've always there's been times where I've hit rock bottom. Everyone's hit rock bottom, and what changes the person is how do you recover and what do you bring back. Like I think I appreciate the opportunity to of what happened to me because it made me learn what I did wrong. It made me it made me take a really look at my lifestyle, how it was and how it is now. And that's the attraction of positivity. You want to be positive. And one of the biggest things I tell people is God does not give you more than you can handle.
Exactly.
And that's the first thing you should always think about every morning. Whatever this day brings, it's not gonna be that bad because God knows I could handle it. And
Mhm.
what's up, Tammy? My really good friend Tammy Gonzalez, which is my bully when I was in school. She used to pick me all the time. She says, "Gotta have a good mindset. Encourage yourself even when things are tough." Exactly.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
that's the positivity of the mind. You have to be positive. Like I used to go to school scared to get beat up by Tammy, but I was positive that there was a teacher there to protect me. That's being positive. But
We do have to see the positive in everything. And another very important thing is we have to be grateful for what we have. We always have to feel grateful. If we don't feel grateful, if we're always angry, like, or jealous about others, then this is when we're blocking ourselves. And that is also low vibrational. You have to live in harmony. You have to be grateful. And then that's how you attract more, by being grateful. Be grateful for your health. Be grateful for your life. Even if you're not completely healthy, if you have any type of illness, be grateful for it because it's teaching you something. Even my mom has given us that example. She was diagnosed with diabetes, and she's grateful that she was diagnosed with that because now she lives a very, very healthy lifestyle. She eats a lot healthier. She works out. I don't even know if she still has it or not, honestly. I think you, you know, those things kind of come to try to teach you something. And now she lives a healthier lifestyle. Like I said, she has lost weight, she works out, she eats healthier, she's happier, she has more energy.
yes, I saw. I was with her a couple of weeks ago. We were at a party, and she wouldn't stop dancing.
Yeah. And then exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You have to be grateful for everything, even though it sounds like it's negative, like just like that. like I just mentioned, like she has mentioned it, and that's probably why she's thriving, because she, instead of getting depressed and being negative and I'm ill, I'm just gonna die and sit here and be miserable, she changed her life around and she learned from it, and now she's getting better. And that's how you see things in a positive way. You have to just take that right path. You have to take the positive things out of every circumstance, out of everything.
Now, I want to leave you guys with this message. I every day I try to post a positive message in Spanish. I've been trying to do some in English too,
Mhm.
but I post this one in Spanish. I'm going to translate it, see if it translates the same. Okay.
Okay.
It says, we don't always have what we want, but we can always want what we have. You know? And it's the same thing. It's like, you know, you don't always have what you want, but you can be grateful for what you have.
Mhm.
You want what you have. And I think that makes a big difference in a lot of things. I was seeing a post the other day where this person spends so much money on a haircut, on a car, on everything to impress a person that they don't even like, you know, and that's what it's like. People try to live a lifestyle that they can't afford to impress people that don't even know they exist. Honestly,
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. I have noticed that too. And it's honestly a sad life because you're never going to be happy.
and my friend Tamara, believe it or not, she had an allergic reaction to the vaccine. She was in the hospital for a couple months because of after the vaccine.
Mhm.
And she says right here, I'm so grateful for all I have, and my health has really turned. I take my little wins here where I can get them. Exactly.
Mhm.
Count your blessings for sure. And that's what it is. And that's why I tell people you never know. You think you're having a bad day, and there's people that are having a lot worse day than you could ever imagine.
Mhm.
And it really it it really makes me mad when I see someone tells me today was a bad day. I lost $30,000 in the stock market, and I think to myself like, do you realize you're complaining about losing $30,000 when that's what someone earns the whole year? How
Mhm.
bad your day is when you lost when if the person that earns that in 1 year loses that. Imagine how bad his day would be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's all about perspective, of course.
that's what it is. And I think that's another key point is how we could train our mind to see the right perspective. You know,
Mhm.
that's another thing is with the mind. If you train your mind to see the right perspective of what you want and what's the best thing for you and your family, that will go out there and reach a lot.
Mhm.
And okay, here they're replying on the site perspective, and then good coping attitude. Thanks, guys. Exactly. Your perspective and have a good attitude. Have a good attitude in life. Even if you feel that life is beating you down, realize you still have a place to sleep. You have food in your fridge. When there's
Mhm.
people out there sleeping in the streets and don't have food,
Mhm.
there's always a perspective good. You see, I am now losing my job. I keep faith and God focus on all the gifts God gives me. Well, you see, Tammy, those are hard hits
Mhm.
when you lose your job and everything. But you gotta realize, Tammy, maybe God has something better in store for you. Maybe there's something out there in the universe that is better for you, and you know, don't lose hope, and most of any, don't lose faith. My friend Tammy, as a matter of fact, before she got sick, she started doing her internet sale. She was selling jewelry, and she was doing really really good. So maybe it's a sign for you to go back to what you were doing because you were starting to take off on that.
And
So
do my own thing, yeah.
yeah, there's possibilities of everything. And you always count on my help. I'm always here to help you in anything I can do, Tammy. But let's go to the readings. Let's get the readings down.
All right.
Let me see who's out there would like the reading, and we'll take it from there. I think people are shy to ask for the reading. It's not like your mom's program. Your mom's Spanish.
Oh, it'll get there.
Oh, Abby Rodriguez.
Okay. So my auntie. Let's see. Okay. So right here, I have the angels telling you to trust and follow your passion. Whether and it's talking about love life and career. So if you are thinking about changing your career, your job, um, it's giving you that it's time to follow what you're passionate about. Do what you're passionate about, what you want to do, and then it's talking about your love life too. So maybe you and your husband are going to have a better relationship. Maybe you guys are getting together, having a better understanding with each other. And then I also pulled out a second card for her, and I have I have an Archangel Michael telling you to remember who you are, because you are powerful, loving, and you are a creation of God, just like we were talking about right now. And they want you to know that you are very loved. But so you are powerful. You can create what you want. Follow what it is that you want. What your passion is. Those cards came in hand in hand.
They're very, very good cards. I like those. It's time to follow your passion and everything. And that's one thing we forgot to mention was passion.
Yeah.
You gotta give your mind a lot of passion so it could follow passion. Passion is very important. Let's go with Angelica OLEA. Me, please.
Okay, right here they are telling you, the angels are telling you that your ideas are guided by them. So they want you to listen to your ideas, listen to what comes to mind, because they are guiding you, and those are the things that you need to follow. You need to take action and bring them into reality. That's another thing that we're talking about right now. Whatever we think, we are able to create. This is exactly what that card is saying. Bring your thoughts to reality. Your ideas are brilliant.
You know, the messages are right on with the topic today.
Yeah, that always happens, huh?
Victor Olea, I want my reading, please.
All right. Okay, so Archangel Raphael is telling you to take several deep breaths and exhale slowly. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stressed or overwhelmed with something right now. They're telling you to take a step and relax, and just have faith that everything is going to fall back in place and everything's going to work out. They do want you to release old patterns, though. Anything that you're holding on to that you think is right and you've been doing it for a long time, just maybe it's not working out. Maybe it's time for you to realize that that pattern is not working anymore and try something else.
That's always that's a good one too. It's telling you that there's more out there that you could conquer if you really look.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Abby says, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mama.
Anyone else out there before we go? Because the readings are good today. Let's do mine while we wait, see if anyone else comes in.
All right.
This will be the same one as last week. Watch.
This one's also talking about your life purpose. They're telling you that you need to follow, and it's time for you to do your life purpose. They say that it's like it's bothering you now, like it's not bothering you, like it's like poking at you now, that you want to do that. And they said that you have their blessing, and you can go ahead and feel comfortable in doing what your life purpose is. and you're going to thrive.
And that's all I did today was my life purpose. I worked on that today all day, believe it or not. I was out talking to customers and everything of my own business. Wow, that really fell into place, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyone else before we go? Because we are going. When are you coming out to California, Selma?
I'm actually going to be flying out there tomorrow night. I'll be out there tomorrow night.
So be here Saturday and Sunday, and you flying back on Monday or
Tuesday. I'll be there Monday too.
Nice. So if there's no one else, I guess we'll call it a wrap, and I'll see you guys Sunday probably.
Yeah, that's awesome. If we're gonna see you on Sunday, that'll be awesome, and then we'll see everyone else next Thursday. And
what do you want to talk about next Thursday?
I'm not sure. I will let you know. I'll think of something that goes hand in hand with this, just like transitioning.
Yeah, because this was a really good topic. I think we touched a lot of people, and a lot of people were listening to this topic today, and it was really, really good. I enjoyed today's topic.
Thank you. Me too. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting to see other perspectives too. So if anybody else has questions or wants to hop on board, let us know.
You got it. So we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. And the people interested out here in California that would like to see Salma and her mom live and in color will be this Sunday in Vista, California. And like I said, give Salma a call at 323-839-3771. If you have questions about today's show or any thoughts, also, give her a call or send her a message. And to reserve for Sunday, because seating is limited, and last night there was very few seats left. So.
Yep, that's right. Yep. Well, thank you so much for listening, for letting me expand people's minds and consciousness. Thank you for sharing this with everyone else.
And we'll see you next week.
See you guys. Good night.
Good night.